All right, y'all. Jeff Ruby Stakes coming up here later today. So go ahead and get this cranked out real fast. A lot of horses running in this one. Um, I think we probably will end up with a little bit faster time than the Louisiana Derby. However, even though the quality of the horses is a bit under that, we're running a mile and eighth on artificial in this one. That makes it a little bit different as well because it's an artificial race to qualify for a big dirt race. But the winner's going to be in. It's up to 100 points for the winners. The winners in. Number one, Freedom Principle out of Flamethrower, Adam she's riding this one 30 to 1 in the morning odds, probably deservedly so. Ninth in the Colonel Liam, fourth in the Kitten's Joy. Um, Nothing too big I've seen of this horse of late. Number two, Dancing Groom. Vino Rosso's the sire of this one, so little something to look forward to, like I was saying before in the Vino Rosso horses. Frankie Dettori's riding this one. He's in town, he's picking up this horse 20 to 1. I think this is actually kind of decent odds. If Dettori's kind of shown he can do a little something in some of these races sometimes. In this race is it's just kind of weird. It's going to be a lot of horses. I think a lot of the front runners are going to kind of get tired, so I think you might open it up on the back end. Fifth in the Fountain of Youth. For that, he was fifth in the Holy Bull, and sixth in the Kentucky Jockey Club. So used to the dirt. A couple races down in Gulfstream. So going up to Kentucky, back up to Kentucky now, and I don't know. May want to keep an eye on him for something lucky. Speaking of lucky, number three, Lucky Jeremy. I think he's going to need to be lucky. They got him at 8 to 1. Gerardo Corrales riding this one. He was third in the Sunland Derby. Won the it's just a stakes race they had here, the R. Allison Stakes or Derby rather, out in Sunland Park. I guess they're looking for him to repeat something like that. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it done with Corrales. It's artificial versus the dirt. I'm not quite so sure how that's going to translate over. I don't really like the 8 to 1 on that. And plus, I think he's probably going to be a bit on the lead. So I think that might come to a disadvantage to him. Number four, Noted. My colonel in ROTC used to love to say Noted. That's how I remember that because you'd say Colonel. You have something very important you wanted to say to him. And you tell him this elaborate plan. Sir, yes, what do you think of that, sir? Noted. Noted. Yeah. Just leave you there and you thought you made a big impression. And sometimes you did. Sometimes you thought it was a really good idea. But all you ever got out of him was noted. Anyway, Noted. Todd Plesser horse. Something else to like about the horse. Luis Saez riding this one. Seventh in the Kitten's Joy. Got a win in the pulpit. Being that it's Pletcher, being that it's Saez, I think you got to kind of want to consider this one. I would have liked to see a little bit better race in the Kitten's Joy, but that was a fast race. So I think he is quite possibly going to be able to do something in this one as well, being that Pletcher's here to win. Pletcher didn't show up here, I don't think, to just show up. He's here because he thinks one of these horses is definitely going to win and get in the Derby because that's what Todd Pletcher does. Gets horses to the Derby. The number 5 horse was Scratch. He's not really Scratch. Another Pletcher horse. He's actually running the Louisiana Derby. So we're going to the number 6, Northern Flame. Julian Leparoux riding this one out of Flamethrower. Third in the Rebel. Got to win an optional claimer before that. Then he was third in the Rebel. Not too impressive at the time. And then you're translating over here, like I said, to the artificial. And I don't know. I think he might be a bit too close to the pace as well. Not really sure which one of these horses on the lead is going to get the pace. I really don't think it will be the 3. I do think it's probably going to be the 7, 6, or the 12. the 7. Woodcourt. Yeah. Yes. 7. Woodcourt. Yeah. Sorry about that. 8 to 1. What is that name? That name's so weird. I don't even remember it, and I still think Woodcourt is anyway. I had to double check. Luan Machado riding this one. Fourth in the Rebel. A couple wins before that in optional claimers. Same thing with this one. I mean, they got him at 8 to 1 as well. I think this is going to be a race, as usual, when you've got these big jockeys in here. They're the ones you're going to have to beat. I don't know if this horse is going to be able to have that speed. Same, after his Rebel performance, the same with the Northern Flame. I don't think that he's going to be, maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it'll translate over well. Don't think the horse has shown the speed, though, previously or in the Rebel to be able to get it done here, especially switching over to artificial. Maybe he'll like it, though. Who knows? 8, Otello, the Curlin horse. Mother on his father's side, Escandrea. That's another one of those horses who knows what could happen if things have been different. But in the world of breeding, the horse lives on. Escandrea. This horse is 15 to 1. Javier Castellano riding the horse. If you like Castellano, 15 to 1. Mustafa Clement, maybe you want to do it. Sixth in the Holy Bull. Got a win in the Mucho Macho Man. Won in a maiden special weight before that. So, I mean, the horse has something to bet on. That 15 to 1 is probably too low. I probably would go. I don't really know that I like him, but I could see why you may like him. You may want to take it, especially with those odds. Otello doesn't seem like a bad play, really, considering the field. Number 9, Seize the Gray. I kept wanting to call this horse Seize the Glory. Seize the Gray. An Arrogate horse. Another one of those horses we got to be watching, or sires we got to be watching. How these colts fare out, because could show some big promises, as good as Arrogate of a horse as Arrogate was. Smart Strike on the other side of that tree. 6 to 1 morning odds. D. Wayne Lucas training this horse. Nick Juarez riding him. Now, if you've been watching my videos a little bit, you'll know I have problems with Nick Juarez. He's one of those guys. He just never does anything when I'm betting on him. Now, he got a win on the horse last out. I wasn't betting in that race. Okay, optional claimer. Got the win. Third before that in an optional claimer at Keeneland. So he got a win at Oaklawn, and now he's coming in here to Turfway. Nick Juarez, I don't like it. I don't like it. 6 to 1. I think maybe if you put a 1, maybe now I don't even know if I like him at 16 to 1. Number 10, Endlessly. They got him 5 to 2. Thinking he's going to be the favorite. Umberto Rispoli riding this one. Hey, Rispoli at least he's an active jockey. He's out there trying. You can see him out there giving it all, his all, every race, at least as far as I observed him. So I think he will be active in it. I don't really know that he's going to have the horse for this one, though. Got a win in the El Camino Real last out. Ran in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. 8th there, though. Outmatched. Got a win in the Zuma Beach before that. The Zuma Beach, yeah. Sounds interesting. But sired by Oscar Performance. Didn't get to do research on that sire. Not familiar with him. I just haven't seen. He ran in the Breeders' Cup in the Juvenile Turf. Haven't seen the horses put up the speed. They like him, I think, because of his resume, but I don't think he's going to be able to have enough to get it done, honestly, in this one. The 11, Baytown Chatterbox, 30 to 1. Albin Jimenez riding this one. Last out, second in allowance race. He's run a lot of races all over. Had some bad losses. Ran the Breeders' Cup Futurity, had a bad loss there. He's one that I'm not too fond of, I guess you could say, for this race, the way it shakes out. I think he's going to need a lot of luck. 12, West Saratoga, an exaggerator horse. Uh, Jesus Castanon riding this one. Name from old. He's got to be at least 50. 20 to 1 odds on this one. Now, he's coming off a third in the Sam F. Davis. 6 lengths off the leader in there. Second in the Pasco. I guess if you want to take a chance there and you like Castanon at 20 to 1 or ish, I think maybe it's worth it. I think he's going to be another one that's near the front. I think the pace is going to be detrimental to those riding up there. Number 13, Circle P, out of Spadester. This one is Tyler Connor riding him. 30 to 1 they got in the morning odds. Last out, third in the Miracle Wood, and then he had a win in a Maryland Juvenile. Hey, with all these horses, like I said, I think he's going to have it work. Tyler Connor, he's got to put his name on the map in this one. Number 14, Triple Espresso. Now, this is the other Pletcher horse. 12 to 1 odds. Jose Ortiz riding him. I just can't see those odds stand at 12 to 1 with Jose Ortiz and Todd Pletcher in this one. Horses out of Omaha Beach. Fourth, last out in the Colonel Liam. Had a nice win before that and has broke his maiden mile and 16th in 140. So that there we have it. It's 13 horses running this one. It's going to be a lot of traffic. That always favors the better jockeys when there's a lot of traffic. The less talented jockeys tend to need to get a good trip. As I said before, I'm looking for out in the lead. I'm looking for pretty much to be West Saratoga and West Woodcourt, yes, and the 6 Northern Flame. I think the 3 Lucky Jeremy's going to be right behind that. Probably, I think, open in half. 47-1. I'm looking maybe 47 flat. I don't think they're going to move. They're not walkers, and I don't think they're going to go that fast. But I think 47-1 is probably a good estimate there. I do think it will hurt them because I think they're going to be fighting so much to not get the lead. Somebody's going to end up in the lead, and then none of those guys up front, I really are going to let their horse do what it needs to do. So if I'm looking for a winner coming off the pace, I'm going with the Pletcher double. I'm going with 14 Triple Espresso for the win, Jose Ortiz, and I'm going with the 4 noted, Luis Saez, running second. Third, I've got the 10. Endless Lead, the favorite. I think he's going to be in there, but I don't think he's going to beat the Pletcher horses. And then number 2, I'm going with Dancing Groom. Dancing Groom, Franco Dettori. I think Dettori. He's a well accomplished jockey. He's the kind of guy that knows he's just going to ride the smart race, not necessarily try to fight too much to win it. And he knows if he rides a smart race, he'll hit the board. And I think he'll come in fourth there. So that's what I'm going with. Pletcher double. Like I said, Triple Espresso to win. As usual, leave your picks in the comments section and like, share, subscribe.